From the snow-capped peaks of the Alps to the winding California coast, the ground beneath our feet isn't always as solid as it seems. Sometimes nature takes only seconds to completely redefine the landscape. Join Snap Moments as we explore 10 landslides captured on camera around the world. In the towering highlands of the Swiss Alps, the natural landscape sometimes changes more dramatically than we might imagine. What begins as a tranquil afternoon can quickly transform into a display of extraordinary geological power, much like what the group of climbers in Ticino are about to witness. Ticino is the southernmost canton of Switzerland, where the jagged peaks of the Alps cast their shadows down the border with Italy. The terrain here is famous for its steep cliffs, creating a masterpiece of nature, but also being the focal point of rockfall activity. In September 2023, the stability of these ancient slopes was put to the test. As the group of climbers descended, the sound of cracking rocks echoed throughout the valley. They had managed to find a safe vantage point just as massive boulders began to break away from the mountaintop. Observe closely how these massive boulders weighing tons accumulate tremendous kinetic energy, hurtling forward like flying objects. Instead of simply rolling down, they bounce with immense power and shatter into thousands of pieces upon impact with the valley floor. Geologists call this process fragmentation. When a rock collides with the ground with such force, the internal pressure causes it to explode, creating a large area of debris. Fortunately, the climbing team's quick decision to keep their distance ensured that this magnificent event remained a memorable moment captured on film rather than a tragic incident. When traveling on treacherous mountain passes, the line between a peaceful journey and a natural disaster can sometimes be separated by only a few seconds. In Chongzhou, China, a breathtaking moment was captured on camera when a massive cliff suddenly collapsed right in front of drivers. The incident occurred on the day, September 27, 2023, in Chongzhou City, Sichuan Province. This area has a complex mountainous terrain and is frequently affected by geological phenomena due to heavy rainfall. Prior to the landslide, the area had experienced prolonged periods of rain, weakening the structure of the ancient limestone formations on the mountainside. The footage shows a massive mass of earth and rock suddenly breaking away from the mountaintop. In the blink of an eye, thousands of tons of rock hurtled down at breakneck speed, completely engulfing the road below. The driver braked just meters from the crash site as massive clouds of dust billowed up, obscuring all visibility. According to analysis from geological experts, this landslide was triggered by the phenomenon of pore water pressure. The heavy rainfall at the end of September seeped deep into the cracks, creating a powerful internal force and eliminating the friction that held the mountain mass together. Fortunately, the driver's heightened vigilance ensured everyone escaped unharmed without any reported casualties. This is clear evidence of how important preparation and quick reflexes are when facing the power of the earth. Even on a beautiful sunny day on California's stunning coastal roads, nature can still deliver costly surprises. The following dashcam footage will show you how the power of gravity can change everything in the blink of an eye. The incident took place on Highway 101 near Sausalito, just a few miles north of the famous Golden Gate Bridge. This area features sheer cliffs right at the edge of the highway. Remarkably, this incident occurred in perfect weather conditions with no rain or strong winds. The footage captures a tranquil moment of an ordinary journey until a small rock suddenly breaks away from the cliff above. Falling at free-fall speed, the rock struck the front of the car directly in front of the windshield. Although the rock wasn't enormous in size, the kinetic energy it accumulated caused an extremely powerful impact, leaving the driver stunned by this falling from the sky situation. Studies show that rocks falling on hot, sunny days are often due to thermal expansion, or the silent erosion of long-standing cracks. This collision resulted in a repair bill of $21,000, but most importantly, the driver was safe and did not suffer any injuries. This serves as a reminder that vigilance is necessary on any journey, even when external conditions seem very safe. Sometimes a split-second decision to brake sharply isn't just a reflex. It's the line that saves us from unforeseen events.
A gentle warning. If snakes aren't your vibe, this might be a good moment to look away for a second.
The incident took place on that day, August 24th, 2023. Mr. Lee, a local resident, was driving to work in the pouring rain. The Yibin area in Sichuan province is known for its steep terrain and limestone bedrock that is susceptible to erosion when heavy prolonged rainfall occurs. As he approached the entrance to a tunnel swinging through the mountain, unusual vibrations began to emanate from the mountainside. The dashcam footage captured a massive rock suddenly hurtling down from the cliff, crashing onto the road directly in front of Mr. Lee's car before continuing to roll down into the ravine. By reflex, Mr. Lee slammed on the brakes and reversed. Just a few meters back, two more large rocks tumbled down, landing precisely where the car had just passed a few seconds earlier. The force of the landslide was so great that it knocked down surrounding trees, creating a chaotic yet fortunate scene. Geologists believe that a combination of rainwater saturating the topsoil and the location near the tunnel entrance, where mountain structures are often disturbed by construction activities, created the conditions for the landslide to occur. His story is proof of the importance of always being vigilant when traveling in harsh weather conditions in rugged terrain. Imagine a massive boulder weighing hundreds of tons hurtling straight towards your house and stopping just 1 meter from your window. In South Tyrol, Italy, a family experienced that fateful moment during a geological event that was fully captured by a drone. The incident occurred on the day January 21st, 2014. At Ronchi di Termeno. This is an ancient estate nestled amidst vast vineyards at the foot of the majestic Alps. South Tyrol is not only famous for its picturesque beauty, but also attracts the attention of geologists because of its limestone structure, which tends to weather strongly over time. That morning, a section of the cliff above the farm collapsed. The first boulder, measuring 160 cubic meters, hurtled down at incredible speed, completely crushing an 18th century barn before continuing its destructive rampage. However, the center of attention was the largest rock, approximately 400 cubic meters. This enormous boulder left impressive deep trenches through the vineyard, crushed a tractor, and miraculously stopped just 1 meter in front of a 2-story house where people lived. According to property manager Baron Philip von Henbuckel, the landslide caused several million euros in damage to the area. Geologists say this incident is not unique. The ancient rocks hidden in the garden from before are evidence of similar geological activity in history. To ensure safety, rescue teams evacuated residents and considered using explosives to remove remaining sections of cliff threatening the area. Once again, the absence of any human casualties in this incident was truly a miracle of nature. The Independence Day holiday is always the busiest time on the roads in the United States. But for Carmen Escalera's family, their journey along Idaho Highway 95 was halted by a stunning and powerful display of nature. The incident took place on Friday, the day July 3rd, 2020. The Escalera family is traveling between Riggins and New Meadows on US Route 95. This is a vital single-lane road connecting northern and southern Idaho, winding through canyons with incredibly complex geological structures and high susceptibility to erosion. As they were traveling, they noticed a few small stones beginning to fall from the cliff face near the roadside. Carmen quickly captured the moment on video, and just seconds later, the small stones paved the way for a massive rock slide. Thousands of tons of earth and rocks collapsed like an avalanche, covering the entire road and creating a thick cloud of dust. The landslide was so powerful that it completely cut off the road right before the festival. According to the Idaho County Sheriff's Office, the road has been closed indefinitely due to the massive amount of earth and rocks and the continued risk of landslides. This completely disrupted the holiday plans of thousands of tourists. However, the vigilance of the Escalera family and other drivers who stopped to observe from a distance helped ensure absolute safety with no injuries reported. This is an important reminder to always pay attention to even the smallest warning signs when traveling through high mountain areas. Along the dazzling golden cliffs of West Bay, England, the serene beauty of the Jurassic Coast sometimes hides moments of astonishment. Drone footage captured the moment when the line between a leisurely stroll and a natural disaster was just meters away. The incident took place on Friday, the day March 29, 2024. West Bay, located in Dorset, is famous for its sheer cliffs that rise more than 40 meters. This is part of the Jurassic Coast, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, where layers of sedimentary rock are continuously eroded by the forces of time and weather. The footage was captured by Omar El Haj as he zoomed in on the cliff face. In the frame, several locals and their dogs are seen strolling leisurely along the beach. Suddenly, a large section of the cliff began to crack and collapse into the sea. Tons of earth and rock hurtled down into the water, creating massive waves and clouds of dust just steps away from pedestrians. The afternoon silence was broken by the roar of a massive rock making its way to the sea. According to Dorset Council, the landslide was the result of a prolonged period of extreme weather in the area. The combination of heavy rainfall and pressure from ocean waves has weakened the already fragile structure of the limestone. Fortunately, the incident did not cause any injuries. However, local authorities issued a serious warning about the risk of further landslides and advised people to maintain a safe distance from the base of the cliff. This serves as a reminder that nature is constantly changing and demands utmost respect from humankind. As you cruise along the deep blue waters of Lake Superior, you can expect a peaceful afternoon amidst majestic sandstone cliffs. But for a group of friends in Michigan, they inadvertently secured front row seats to witness one of nature's most dramatic geological transformations. The incident occurred in the month June 2021 at Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. This is a famous natural wonder featuring multicolored sandstone cliffs tens of meters high. Under the constant influence of waves and wind from Lake Superior, the world's largest freshwater lake by surface area, the geological structure here is always in a state of quiet but dramatic change. John Martin and his friends were relaxing on a pontoon when they noticed small pieces of debris beginning to fall from the cliff. As they moved closer to observe, they heard dry cracking sounds coming from inside the cliff. Within just 60 seconds, a 60-meter-high block of sandstone completely collapsed into the lake. The footage captures the breathtaking moment when the group of friends had to frantically steer their boat backward to avoid a massive shockwave created by thousands of tons of rocks that had just fallen. Scientists at the national park say this phenomenon is the result of erosion at the base of the cliff by lake waves, causing the upper part to lose its support and collapse due to gravity. A similar incident occurred in 2019, right next to kayakers, highlighting the potential risks here. Fortunately, no one was injured in this incident. This event serves as an important reminder to always maintain a safe distance when visiting natural wonders with sensitive structures. When nature unleashes its power after prolonged rains, even the most peaceful roads can become the focal point of astonishing events. In Taiwan, a breathtaking moment was captured on camera when massive boulders suddenly collapsed, challenging the reflexes of the drivers. The incident took place on Monday, the day May 12th, in Miaoli County. Prior to this, the area had suffered from continuous torrential rains for nearly 2 days and nights. The massive amount of water seeping deep into the ground has weakened the already sensitive geological bonds of the high-altitude rock formations, creating a red alert situation for vehicles traveling below. Footage from the local transport authority shows boulders some larger than a car suddenly breaking off and hurtling down at incredible speed. 2 cars were directly affected by the collision. Amidst the swirling dust and rubble, one person was fortunate enough to be rescued in time from the wreckage by emergency services. Witnesses were shocked to see many other vehicles narrowly escape the danger zone. Experts from the Public Works Department believe that the phenomenon of loose rock cracking is an inevitable consequence of water saturation after heavy rains. The water pressure accelerated the natural cracking process, leading to the sudden collapse. This is a clear illustration of the fine line between safety and the destructive power of geological elements. When fierce winter storms strike California, the power of the water not only causes flooding, but also completely alters the appearance of vital transportation routes. In Fresno County, a shocking moment was captured when the highway itself succumbed to the shifting earth. The incident took place on that day, January 9th, 2023. Faced with the devastating effects of nature, the Fresno County authorities have declared a state of emergency throughout the region. Highway 168, a vital route connecting residential areas to the picturesque Lake Shaver region, has become the focal point of geological hazards due to prolonged heavy rainfall. Footage from a California Highway Patrol camera revealed a shocking scene on a road already heavily flooded. A large section of hillside suddenly collapsed. Tons of mud and boulders cascaded down, sweeping away barriers and completely cutting off the road. A local evacuation order was immediately issued when experts determined that the transportation infrastructure had been severely damaged and was no longer safe for vehicles. These videos serve as a reminder that our planet is constantly in motion with unpredictable forces, demanding utmost respect and vigilance from humanity on every journey. Which landslide in today's video impressed you the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe to join us on our next explorations.